Hi, my name is Arnie Sigurdsson, and I will be discussing the article Sex Differences in the Brain, The Not So Inconvenient Truth by Margaret McCarthy, Arthur Arnold, Gregory Ball, and more, which basically talks about the same topic discussed last week in the article that I read for last week about sex differences in the brain and how they are can be different and therefore should most likely be treated differently. They mentioned a few things about how they're different, like obvious things like reproduction organs, um, also behaviors um, between sexes, how we taste differently, smell differently. It differs, not maybe differently in a sense, differing in learning and memory. And also just how neurons circuit differently in the brain between sexes. So I understood it. This was still interesting to me, just like last week. Very interesting about how it can be different, even though I feel like we are very similar. You know, we're all human, but it still is different between sexes. I guess for me, if anything, to explain it would just be how we, at that point where we are decided to be either male or female in our mama's belly, um, just like there, it kind of like once that is decided, that's where it kind of like I guess develop a little differently. If it is male, it develops this way. Females develop the other way, and therefore it might be a little different in some areas. But like if you still think about it, you would think that we are, yeah, similar. We are similar, but yeah, there might be, I guess, some underlying differences. Um, and they also mentioned that women need to be studied more, as mentioned in the last week, which is also something that I think should be done because I mean that hasn't been done enough, and therefore if we, if different results are found with for women, that their brain works differently or something, then of course same treatments won't work the same way or the other way around for men. Yeah, won't work the same way for the opposite sex, and therefore it's very important to study these things and come to a conclusion, and therefore change treatments so that this treatment works for this sex and the other works for the other. Um, and yeah, those are basically my thoughts.